leather gloves, we're slapping in hams, popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands, pink cotton candy, love on a stick, who's chasing the beer, that circle the lips, play ball, play ball. Load the bases and smack it right over the wall. Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Did I start too soon? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to do that twice every week to make sure I come in on time. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives. Live! Oh, that was so good with Rich Walker tonight here at Paradise Studios.
I'm back.
Yes, beautiful Massapequa, New York. Paradise Studios. We are on Strong Island Television, YouTube, Facebook. We're on Optimum. We're all over the place.
Can't miss this show.
And we are brought to you by Barish and McGarry, lawyers for the 9/11 community.
Yeah.
Welcome, Rich Walker.
Good to be back.
Oh, I love having you. 58 years since the Beatles have been on Ed Sullivan, and
amazing?
3 weeks since Rich Walker has been here. 2 milestones. Milestones.
So what is your favorite Beatles song?
Well, as we were talking about before we just came on the air, I don't know if it's my favorite. Because it's Bobby, if I sing a song, it's going to sound a lot like the Beatles. Am I allowed to do that? Because my voice is so wonderful. And we're not allowed to, play music. So I know.
I don't even know if
you can't do
it's
that.
recognizable.
You can't
If it's not recognizable,
True.
you could probably do it.
True. You can't do that. That starts off. I got something to say. That's my favorite.
Bobby, we're safe on that, right?
Are we safe?
That's
Bobby went to the men's room. He's not
He's
even in
good
the
to
control
go.
booth
Good
right
to
now.
go.
So Laughter Saves Lives live. So excited to be here. Wonderful show tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, you ever watch, you watch Carson, Letterman, everybody who's ever on today, they always say a great show, wonderful show, right?
we have a great show today.
We do, though.
Yeah.
We do. We have some heroes on. We got Marie Kumba from what?
Did you just reference Letterman and Carson like as if they were still on TV and haven't been off the air for 10 years?
I was hoping he was going to throw in Fallon.
I didn't even catch
Fallon
it.
and Colbert.
No, because I'm as old as you.
That's better.
Guma.
That's better. Guma. Yep, Guma.
Thank you, Bobby.
Well,
Marie
I didn't
Guma's on.
correct it because I'm just as old as you, and I'm like, yeah.
But I went blank. So I'm like, oh, there's so many more on today. Richie will fill in the blanks, and I got nothing.
But who could replace Carson? No.
I mean, Leno, Arsenio Hall, anybody else you want to refer to?
Who was before
Joan
Carson?
Rivers.
Joey Bishop.
Steve Allen.
Steve Allen. No.
Jack Parr.
Anyway, it's good to be here. So Marie Guma, is that how I say her last name?
That's right.
Yes, Guma.
Guma is here tonight from the Command Counseling Center. Doing great work out there in Florida. She'll be on. She's, I think, a psychotherapist or a therapist. Very, very smart girl. We have one of our favorites on, FDNY chaplain Ann Kensfeld.
Always
She will
fun.
be back.
Yep.
And comic John DeResta, who's a
veteran, hysterical,
funny guy, retired transit police officer in New York City, and had a wonderful career. Now he's in California for years. It's going to be good to see John. I haven't seen him in a while, so it's going to be good to see Butch is still on the screen. Yes. There he goes. I thought he had something to say. So a few things, Richie.
Yeah.
How you good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Richie's helped me buy a car. I'm getting stressed by this friggin' car situation. I was in there the other day. We're looking to buy a Subaru. I hear they're very safe. Richie has one. Santo
It's
has
very
one.
hard to find anybody has anything bad to say about a Subaru.
Yeah,
It's like when you go to dinner and you go, "How was the food?" and they go, "It's not bad." That's what you always get. No, it's a good car.
It's a good car.
You know what I used to say? If you've never driven one, it's like if you're right-handed, now teaching you how to.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Everything is different.
It's not. I drove the car the other day.
It runs differently.
I was so confused because I got in the car and I said, Richie says everything is on the different.
No.
So then I got in the car and I'm like, now I didn't know I could drive it.
I'll tell you the difference, right?
Yes.
And I told John Santo this.
Yes, I know.
And after I told him, he's like, "Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
It has like what's called a boxer engine, and the boxer engine
Oh,
goes
that
left
yes,
to right.
Yes.
So you're used to your whole life a car shimmering.
The car usually goes
like
straight
forward, no,
but the Subarus
at a
go
light.
sideways. They drive
At a
sideways.
light. No.
They roll down the road.
Yes.
The drivers
They
go up
drive
first.
sideways,
All right,
and
all
then
right.
they go on an angle, which
Well.
is weird.
I was out with the Goose yesterday. You know who
Yes.
the Goose is, my grandson,
Yeah.
5 years old, and he says, you know what? That age they don't wipe their tush.
Oh.
All right, they don't wipe the tush in
Yes.
their own, but he thinks it's a privilege to wipe his. He thinks I'm excited about doing this.
I think that's what his mother convinced him of.
Well,
Make sure you tell.
No, it's not
Papa.
only me. Anybody.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh, you gotta wipe my, you know, and not really an exciting thing to do, but you do it as a
So
grandpa.
he says he's going to allow you to do this.
He thinks it's a privilege to let wipe your own anyway. So we
Yeah.
go to the pizzeria the other day, and he's doing his 5-year-old, and he goes in the stall, and it's the first time I think we've been in the bathroom this big,
Right, right.
and he locks the stall door. So I'm trying to get in there with him because when he's done, I got to wipe him. So now he's locked in there. So now he's finished, and he's sitting on the bar, and he's going, Grandbab, he calls me Grandbabs, gotta wipe me. I go, bro, you locked the freaking door.
Right.
Like now, for the first time, it's like, oh, you want to be a wise guy? Now what are you gonna do? Because I'm not crawling on the floor under the door.
Right.
So it was kind of funny him trying to.
He took care of himself.
No, he got up and opened the door.
Oh.
He got up and opened the door.
And
We had pictures, Bobby. Do you have pictures when Rich and I were working with Rescue Family Inc.? We were doing some flooring.
What
We had
a great
picture in
day
front.
we had. Yeah.
What a great hour that was.
Oh, there we are, right there.
What a great hour.
We had not even.
We did the typical comics show up, take a picture with a drill in our hand, and leave.
I believe that's you.
There I am.
That's how you looked when I got
Now,
in
if there was sound right here, I would be saying, "Did you take the
Ouch.
picture?
Ouch.
Did you take the picture? Did you get the shirt in it? All right, I'm done. I'm going home."
You know what happened that day to me?
But I was so tired. I worked an hour and a half.
Yeah.
They do great work, right?
They do great work, but that day they gave me the job to screw down
Right.
with the drill,
Right.
screws into the plank flooring, right? Or the plywood, right? I don't even know what the floor is called.
It's a floor. You look
And-
good. You look good.
So anyway, so what happened was, but it went down like 3/4 of the way and left the nub out, and it's stripped, right? So the guy comes with the little circular
Took him
buzzsaw,
5 minutes.
and he cuts it off.
No, he didn't go to. It took him like
Yeah,
right.
But you don't know what happened.
But
And the top went, it spun off
Uh-oh.
and hit my sneaker. And I went to pick it up. Now I didn't know it's like 9,000 degrees, and it was blue, So I go to pick it up, and the guy, as I'm picking it up, he goes, "No!"
don't touch that.
And then I dropped it. I'm going home. I got blisters on my finger. I'm holding him on my water
Here's
bottle.
Rescue Family Inc. We're talking about Vinny and Gina.
Yeah.
They refurbish homes. If there's a disabled child or disabled parent, they do God's work. Richie and I went
Really.
to go help
And
him.
we witnessed it.
Richie ran a little late. I had to leave early. So Richie and I were there for a total of about 6 minutes.
Together.
To take some pictures, give him a check.
Yeah.
And but we did a little work. We didn't do a lot. And hopefully we'll go back one day. But here's what I think happened. I think Vinny and Gina went, oh,
Oh, when are
John
they
and
leaving?
Richie. John and Richie. Oh, man. You know what?
We're in the way, by the
you
way.
know- yeah, you know what? Just let them screw in the floor,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And we probably left and threw them back. They had to do screws over.
They pulled them all out and redid this.
The screws were and they're like, "Oh, thanks, guys." When we left, and they're like, "Son of a." Now it threw us back to the house.
It's funny. Do you remember I said to them at the end, I said, I can't wait to come back for the unveiling of the house. And it was for a young lady,
Yes.
a teenager,
Very, very a sad
hasn't
story.
even lived in the house for 3 years. Now she's coming back,
Coming back
for the
and
first time to a completely
renovated house. They widened the doors, the bathroom, the bedroom. Phenomenal
for
work.
her wheelchair, make it wheelchair
Yeah,
accessible.
yeah.
But I said to them, I can't wait to come back to the unveiling to appreciate all the work I put in today. And they
Hold on. Hey guys, sorry to drop in. John DeResta just came in. He's on a brand new computer. If I can just pop him up real quick, and we can say hello to him, so we can make sure.
Personally, I think he wants more stage time.
Hey-o.
Okay, there he is.
Hey, thank you, Butch.
There he is.
Butch was a huge help.
John, you have to put the camera higher so you're looking up.
No. Listen, leave him alone. He's on. He's not a computer guy, and he's on a brand new computer, so he's fine.
How was that?
Perfect.
Thank you, Butch.
All right, now John can. I'm going to drop John off, and he can listen and watch the show.
All right, I'll be standing by. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, John.
Right, cool.
Thank you, John.
Thanks.
I'm the host most of the time.
Yeah.
Who do you think has more
Almost
airtime?
95%.
Who do you think has more airtime, me or Butch?
It's definitely Butch.
Yeah, Butch. So anyway, poor Gina and Vinny, we threw them back a day. They're still cursing us. They probably were drinking when we left. They're like this. Oh, these two comics. Great work. Great freaking work they're doing there.
Even that was fulfilling, even though it was nothing really, but it was so nice to see it and
to mess up the living room. It was. No, it was. It was really, and I'm telling you, I was on my knees, and he said, "You good on your, down on the knees?" Yeah, my knees are good. 10 minutes. I had to take my sweatshirt off. Don't say the knees joke. No,
you were all cramping up. Like, he gets up.
Supposed to be like this fireman, how they all good at construction and everything. There's 1 out of 100 firemen that are not good at construction.
You know what was really funny? When I walked in, there was 8 guys drilling, banging, screwing everything. And then, but when I walked in, they stopped everything just to watch me and John. Like they were on the side.
It was entertainment.
Yeah, it was just entertainment.
They thought we were there probably to entertain them, and we did. I went to the dermatologist. Go to the dermatologist, get checked out. What is the cancer called? The skin cancer, melanoma.
Yeah, you
melanoma.
have that?
I do not. I do not.
Thank God.
But it was in the family the last 2 years. We've had some incidents. Get checked out. But I was a female dermatologist, and she said to me, and I have a thing. I have a mark over here that got swollen, and I was concerned.
Yeah.
So I went to get checked out, the whole body, but take a look at this, right? Very sweet PA, physician's assistant. She comes in. I said, "Oh, I remember you from last year. Very nice." And she says, let me see it. So I go to look down to look at it, and I can't see it. And I go like this, and I go, "Oh, my God, I'm picking up my stomach so I can see the thing." Oh, you fat slob.
And this young, cute PA goes, "Ew."
And she's looking at me, and she goes, "What's wrong?" I go, "I am disgusted. I'm a fat slob." So she said, "Oh, no problem. Let me look at it." She goes, "I'm just going to take these 2 needles." Yeah, with these 2 needles.
What does that do?
Something about reducing the swelling or the inflammation, but 2 needles she stuck in there. Her eyes lit up, and she, like that. So it's working. It's looking good. You want to see it later? It's right here. It's not in an area where you may see something you don't want to see.
I'm always interested in looking at body lesions of any sort. How do you think you got that? From a belt?
I think it's when you sometimes if you don't shower for 4 or 5 days. No.
Yes. It's like a giant 6-inch skin tag.
Yeah. Let's go to break, and we'll be back because I'm staying on time tonight, baby.
"9/11 didn't end on 9/11. 500,000 people were exposed to the World Trade Center toxins and are still at risk today. 68 cancers have been linked, including skin cancers, prostate cancer, breast cancer, blood cancers, and many respiratory illnesses. Fortunately, all victims qualify for free healthcare, and more than $10 billion is available from the 9/11 Victim Compensation Fund."
I was a paralegal just 2 blocks from Ground Zero. I had skin cancer and lymphoma.
I worked at Goldman Sachs. I had kidney cancer and respiratory illnesses.
I was a downtown teacher. I had breast cancer. I qualify.
I qualify.
I qualify.
If you were downtown anytime on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry, the lawyers for the 9/11 community. Call today. No law firm has recovered more money with over $2 billion awarded to 9/11 victims. If you worked, lived, or went to school in the exposure zone on or after 9/11, call Barish and McGarry today.
My father worked downtown. He died of bladder cancer.
I ran from Gateway Plaza in a cloud of smoke as the towers fell.
My mother and I qualify.
I qualify.
Barish and McGarry's advocacy for 9/11 victims isn't just professional, it's personal. With offices just steps from ground zero, they witnessed the pain of the 9/11 attacks and lobbied Congress to pass and permanently extend the Victim Compensation Fund.
I was a downtown court officer. I had prostate cancer in 2007. I qualify.
We all qualify.
On 1 second.
Hey, we're back. I have to say,
Guys, talk amongst yourselves for a minute or two. I'm on the phone with Marie, so give me
all
a
right.
minute.
So Marie Guma from Florida, founder of Command Counseling Center, is our next guest. She'll be on shortly. I think I just called her. We caught her cooking over there. You do fantasy baseball?
What is that?
Fantasy?
No.
You heard the word fantasy and you got excited.
No, the only sports thing I knew was Coleco football. That's how far back.
Oh, that goes back to Johnny Carson.
Do you remember that?
Yes. Fantasy baseball. If you don't know what it is, you play baseball in the nude.
Oh, no. Is that where you go down to like on the Mets? Like
no. Oh, that's baseball. Yeah, it's fantasy baseball camp. You're correct there.
Okay.
It's when you pick players. You pick. You waving at yourself on
the
screen?
applause. I heard applause.
Oh, do we have applause?
I liked it.
We can. Yeah, we're not used to that.
It makes John interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a fantasy baseball league, and I'd like you to be in it.
Is it? But it's
easy.
virtual.
It's easy. Yeah, once a week you change your players, you pick players.
All right.
It's gonna be fun.
I do colors.
Yeah, we need $200 from you.
I'm not a
Money's
baseball person.
Money's no option. Money's no option. All right, so
mention I'm paying off a Subaru.
She's coming in about 10 seconds.
All right.
All right. So we'll just sit and wait. Yes, go ahead.
I called Olivia at college. I love going up to Binghamton to see her. We go out to the Olive Garden all the time.
Right.
I said, hey, we're gonna come up next week, and she goes, I go, what? It's like the first time, she didn't get excited. She goes, oh, I said, what? What do you mean, my roommates were. I go, well, we'll come up Thursday. We'll stay one night. We'll go to Olive Garden. I go, we'll bring the dog. All right, yeah, come.
But what did they have planned? They have a party going on? Or?
This is what I'm saying. They got nothing planned, Richie.
Yeah.
It was just me wanting to see my daughter. And for the first time, she was like, didn't thrill her.
Yeah.
It hurt. Yeah. It hurt.
It was almost like our phone call tonight when you called me and said, are you coming?
And you went,
I have my roommate and
sock drawers thing.
I wouldn't miss it for the world being here.
I love when you come in. I love when
especially
you come in.
with Marie Guma.
So, especially with Marie coming in.
Yeah.
We are doing a new segment on the show.
Yeah.
We're going to test it out tonight with Ann Cansfield.
I love it.
Ann is not in the way. Oh, wait. There she is. Can you hear us? We got Marie Guma here from Florida.
Ladies and gentlemen, give her credits.
Marie,
what are her credits, John?
From founder of Command Counseling Center.
The very wonderful and beautiful Marie Guma.
Now, some women don't like you to call them beautiful. Applause. Hold on. Yeah, we're not used to that. Some women don't like to be called beautiful, so I apologize.
Hold on. Before you give her all those beautiful accolades, Marie, you have to unmute your mic. Your mic is muted.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
There we go. Yes.
You think he would just come in over here and say her mic is muted, let her know. He's got to come on the screen.
That's okay. He was calling me out. I can take it.
Yes. Oh, you were with firefighters all the time. I know you can take it. I love watching what you're doing. I follow you on Facebook. You know that. It's a pleasure to have you back.
Likewise. Thank you. Please.
All right, I was waiting for that. So we're gonna use Ann as the guinea pig tonight, but I'd like you to hang around when Ann comes on for 1 minute. And this is like, I just thought of this myself. So the control room right now is going crazy. What is he talking about? Because I think you should meet Ann. You may want to use her as a guest speaker once in something you're doing. She's phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Awesome.
Yeah, she's the FDNY first female chaplain. Just a funny one, and she's around firefighters all the time, so she gets it. So you are the founder of the Command Counseling Center. We've had you on before, but what is new with what you're doing? What's going on?
So a lot of great things and a lot of not so great things. One of the things is we've realized that sometimes politicians can get in the way of really what firefighters and police officers need. So that's one negative thing, and I prefer to stay in the positive.
Good.
The positive things are, number one, I started audio listening because I drive so much to a book called Struggle Well, written by Ken Falk and Josh Goldberg. And it is phenomenal. So on Thursday, I get a firefighter text me and said, I'm at the university, at the fire college. I have a firefighter literally just handed me his suicide note, and I don't know what to do. So I obviously
he did the right thing, right?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So I rushed over and had a great, incredible 3 hours with this incredible person.
Great.
And changing lives. Probably for the first time, I feel like I can actually say that I don't really like to take that credit, but
right.
It was, I can see him change, and it was beautiful and incredible.
Yeah. And now, Marie, where did you tell him to take the next step? Because I know with us out here, I've had family members and they've been gone to a hospital, and they were in the hospital for a little while and got their meds redone and proper treatment. What did you do with this guy? Where did you direct him?
So he had already scheduled himself to go to a treatment center that helps veterans and first responders. So he did have that coming up within the next 2 weeks, which actually he'll be leaving next week. So he had that plan already. His peer, the other firefighter, is a religious guy, and so was he. So he got him to go back to church. But the initial plan was, he was no longer suicidal after he left. After he left me, you could hear there was new hope, new purpose in his language, and he was acknowledging all the positive things that were actually coming up in his life.
Good.
So that was incredible. But
can I ask me, why did this gentleman call you? Why did he call you? This other firefighter.
Why wouldn't he?
No. What I mean is,
I know. I'm messing with you. I know. I'm messing with you, John.
Was he at one of your lectures, or are you contracted with his department? How does that relate? Where was that relationship?
So neither of the above, actually. Just through word of mouth and following me on Facebook. He says that at that moment he was like, please, Lord, let me not say anything wrong. And at that moment he just thought, oh, Marie Guma. So he just called me, he texted me. He's somebody that has had a little bit of a history and wanted some direction as well, maybe a year and a half ago. So we did know each other at that level. he knows,
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in South Florida know, and maybe in some other parts of the country, you call me, I'm there.
I love it. I love what
Yeah.
you do because I understand the need for it, being what I went through after 9/11 and the guys that I worked with, and one of them did commit suicide. I think I told you that. So you were at a walk the other day. What was that for?
So Danny Alvarez was a City of Miami firefighter. He was very, very close friends with another Miami Beach firefighter by the name of Claudio. And Danny did take his life. And Claudio and the City of Miami Fire Rescue, a chief now, but a good friend of his as well, Yamile, decided to put a nonprofit together by the name of Never Walk Alone. And I believe this was their 5th year, and I may be wrong, in walking the Miami, doing the half marathon for Miami. And all the firefighters did it in their turnout gear. And this year, I don't know if it's been like that other years, but this year we had several police departments as well, all of them in uniform. We had a dispatcher who was a retired dispatcher. She's now back on the Coast Guard. So a Coastie came and walked with us.
Awesome.
So there was over 200 on the Never Walk Alone team.
I would like to be there next year representing Laughter Saves Lives in my Laughter Saves Lives Speedo. I'm not going to wear I'm too old to wear the whole outfit. I need to breathe. So I will have the Speedo on and the Laughter Saves Lives shirt. I want to be there. And maybe then we can do a show in connection with that event the night before.
That'd be great.
Absolutely.
We need to work on our show this week because I want to get that date set because we want to raise money for what you do. And for the psych end of the job. We always raise money for the cancer, and it's all important, but this is just as important, and we'd love to work with you. If
she needs floors installed.
We're the
guys.
She wasn't watching the beginning, but we're very, very handy in the home.
Right.
Very handy, Marie.
We could.
Well, I'm planning on at some point purchasing a home. So once I do that, I'm going to try to pick the worst home in the neighborhood so that you guys could fix it up for me.
Give us a call. Rich and I will come by. We'll give you a check.
And the best 30 minutes of carpentry.
The best 30 minutes that you can ask for from carpenters.
Right.
Yeah, carrying the wood in. Can we bring in Anna? Because I want you to meet Anna. Is that all right, Marie?
Absolutely.
Give us your website where people can find you, Marie.
Sure. It's www.commandcounseling.com.
Awesome. Hello, Chaplain Ann from the FDNY, first female chaplain. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I wanted to introduce you to Marie, and because I'm so busy all week, I'm using the show to do that. Because I think that Marie should have you come out there at one point, fly you out, make sure you put up in a nice place with your feet up most of the day, and then at night, because you work so hard, and then at night maybe give a little talk to some of her people. What do you think, guys?
I'm so there.
All right,
let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right,
absolutely.
You don't even have to pay for the airport transfer. I'll figure that out.
Look at her.
I will pick you up.
Look at this job. You're such a good matchmaker.
Maybe
it's a woman who loves firefighters and another woman who loves firefighters. I'm gonna go and match them up, and they can go and multiply their love for firefighters.
Exactly. And maybe we could do this next year. We could tie it in, so I'll go with you. It'll be cool. We'll have a nice little vacation together.
And I'm like his assistant.
Yeah, Richie comes.
I always got it.
Marie, thank you so much for taking the time. You're doing great work. It's the Command Counseling Center. In what part of Florida is that in?
So we're in West Palm, but we are trying to build in Missouri, Kentucky, North Carolina. So we're able to build the same program in other states.
Beautiful.
So you're growing.
Beautiful.
Excellent.
Look it up, people.
Yes.
Command Counseling Center. Thank you, Marie, so much for coming on. I know you were cooking. I know you were cooking. We interrupted you or something.
No, I'm done. I'm done cooking. I was actually doing the books, which.
All right.
Well,
All right.
cooking.
Good
No,
night,
I'm
Marie.
kidding. Bye.
So that's Marie Aguma from Florida. Did I say it right this time? Because I always scooped the name. And we have Ann Cansfeld. That's easier. Maybe.
From New York.
From New York.
All the way in New York.
One of our favorite guests. I described you to somebody today, and Butch can verify this. Don't come on the screen, Butch. But Butch can verify this. Verify this.
I'm verifying.
I said, when I was a child, and religion, being Catholic, was me sitting in church with the cross and the music, right? And that felt religious to me. I go, I can feel close to God with Ann sitting on a subway car, bouncing around Manhattan. That's the kind of pull this chick has. Good, right?
I say beautiful, you don't like it, but chick is
Chick.
acceptable.
Oh, I'm sorry, I called you child.
You know, I was gonna say, because I was noticing that you had two women here talking about mental health and such things. One of my all-time favorite comments. I had a congregant. He had prostate cancer. He had to go in for surgery. I went to visit him, and he like immediately started talking to me about all of his fears and such. And he's paused. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that you get to be my pastor, because I couldn't tell this to a chick, and I couldn't tell this to a dude, but I can tell it to you."
That's hysterical.
Isn't that great? I think that's my secret sauce right there.
That's the gift you have. Now, we are working on a new segment for the show. I told Richie before, and it's called, Hey, what you been up to? And it's basically based on Facebook. We have so many of these friends that we know from 40, 30 years ago we haven't spoke to. So my thing is I want to have them come on the show for a minute and a half and tell me, like I'm in an elevator. I'm getting in the elevator. I'm going to be at the elevator pitch, we say in the movie business. Right. Tell me in a nutshell what you've been up to. But you can't use your jobs and you can't use schooling.
And nothing about yourself.
And no. You got to be by yourself.
I'm kidding. I'm teasing.
So, Ann, you are a guinea pig with this new segment. What have you been up to?
How does he do this and throw?
He's great at it. I was going to say, I'm going to put a little twist on it because, you get the college book back. I mean, the college update. Okay. And they have like in the back by your graduating year, and everybody says all the important things they did. Yeah. Well, I wanted to do it where instead of putting in how great you are, because you want all of your classmates to think that you've made something of yourself. Right. You just go and put in like your screw ups and your mistakes. And we just get into a culture of being like, well, I screwed that up and I screwed that up. And this is like the worst part of my job or whatever it is. So I was actually thinking, I started a soup kitchen and a food pantry. And and miraculously, my wife and I managed to go and have a couple of kids. So basically all I've done for the last 15 years is clean up a lot of poop.
All right. Well, we know that.
That's a great.
We know that. And
I hate to go and kick it off with that as your thing, but you would really be surprised.
Well, it was honest. You know what happened? Like, I go back to my 25-year reunion, and like you're talking about, what have you done? And I've been doing stand-up comedy professionally. I go to my reunion, and then you're like, wow, he's a comedian. He turned into a comedian. And they said to me, you'll find something. That's what they tell me.
At the 25-year anniversary.
Yeah, like they're doctors, there's lawyers.
I went to my 20th class reunion a couple years ago. Yeah. And one of the guys who very successful guy in advertising, he's making small talk, and he says, so are you still with the fire department? And I was like you're gonna quit. Like I've topped out. This is it. I'm like, this is the end of my career. What do you mean? Like, people don't leave the fire department. Who are you that you don't know? No one leaves the fire department. Yeah. I've made it.
That's true. You have made it.
Where I never fit in,
And you are loved. Can you give us an FDNY trinket? A little thing that's going on that you know about that you want to share?
Oh my gosh, John, you and the rest of New York. Everybody wants to know who's going to be the new Negro.
I don't need to know that.
I went and I made that rhyme. It's like I'm a rapper.
That's the new commissioner, right? They haven't picked the new commissioner yet?
I don't know. No, they haven't yet.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's not what I was looking for. Looking for.
Okay. You want other trinkets? What other things?
Yeah, something that's interesting that's going on with the FDNY.
What's fun going on with the FDNY?
What's funny going on?
Anything? We can ask you another question and come back to it.
Yeah.
They still answer a lot of calls, right?
They still answer calls.
Every day. It's a miracle. This is what I like to say. People call 911. This is how prayer works. Call with their like a really urgent situation. You know, if you've ever called 911, it's not like you know, a fun thing. You're like desperate usually. And the miracle is like somebody answers the phone, they dispatch somebody. Like another thing, the units actually like get the dispatch, and then they show up, and then they fix the problem as best they can. I mean, that is a miracle, and it happens like thousands of times a day in our city. Like, how cool is it? You could take out a little like square box from your pocket and call, and people find you
all the time.
That's
a miracle. That's God right there.
The rest of the country is going, wow, nothing is going on in New York City.
Yes.
Fire for firefighters.
And have you been on since New Year, January 1st, our show?
No, the last I was on was in December.
Okay. If you remember, I tried to get you on our first show after to give a blessing to the Laughter Saves Lives Foundation and a little rah-rah as to what we can accomplish this year through our laughter. Is there anything that you can give us some inspiration with, a little comment, a little saying?
And please add in John's growth on his side. A little prayer for that.
Oh, John, it's so good you're still growing.
Is there an inspirational? I'm looking for inspiration here.
Listen, you know, like these days, we're really kind of bummed out. We're exhausted. We're tired.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like discord. Right? There's a lot of stress.
Yes.
And actually, I would say, you know, it probably sounds kind of cheesy, but yeah. I do take a lot of hope in the fact that actually we do answer all those calls, and we do it like time and time again, and nobody asks like, who are you, or you know, nobody. There isn't a sense of like, well, we're not going to go there. We're not going to go and help that person. That we show up and we do the job together, and we have this great shared mission that brings us together. My wife very smartly noted recently, that they're called firefighters, and if we take away the fire, we're just left with fighters. So that like I'm always amazed that people are doing the job, and that it really brings it does bring people together. The more work we have.
And it's the same in the firehouse or fire station where you are. We're human. We may not like the guy next to us, or we have a problem with them. We had an argument, and when the bell rings, if he needs me to help him or save his life, they will be there for each other. And then later on, they'll be pissed off at each other again. You know what I mean? That always amazed me, that when the bell rings, we were always there for each other.
Because Chaplin, he's got a lot of hatred. A lot of hate. No, I'm kidding.
But you know, the other thing is, we are the bravest, not always the brightest,
right?
Not always the kindest, not always the wisest, right? You know, depending on the day, we can do some kind of dumb stuff.
Yeah.
But the same folks who sometimes act like they're in middle school can be some of the best leaders in the moment when it's needed most.
Look at that.
Love it.
That's great.
Where can people find you? Your book. Do you have your book there? I didn't bring it.
I even have a copy of it.
Good. Hold it up. What's the name of it?
It's called Be the Brave One. It's by Ann Cansfield.
That's you?
It actually has an intro by Commissioner Nigro.
Awesome. And where can we find it?
And you can find it wherever you buy books.
Excellent. Hang on for John DiResta. We're going to do a little interview with him, and then he's going to come back and do some funny. And I know you love to laugh.
I love to laugh.
All right.
Thank you so much for having me on again.
Oh, my God. Always.
John was right.
And May 5th.
You are a great guest.
May 5th.
You are.
You're going to be there May 5th. The show we're doing for the FDNY charities in the Fire Museum. There it is.
Yeah.
Museum.
Am I in that one?
No.
You know, the Fire Museum
is
a great place for a party.
Yep, it's the Fire Museum, 3rd floor. We'll all be there. You can come. You can come. And we're actually filming that night for our new docuseries pilot. We're going to get an interview with you that night. All right, let's cut to John DiResta. No commercial, no break.
No.
Correct? We're bringing John right in.
Yeah, bring him in.
We're going to break in between. We're going to do an interview, and then we're going to do comic stuff. Thank you, Bob. Ladies and gentlemen, our next guest, he is a comic. Numerous achievements in his career. I'm not good at intros. He had his own show for a while. DiResta, please, a nice warm welcome for our friend comic, John DiResta. The worst intro he's ever had, probably.
Yeah.
That was the, Hey, John.
Hey, what's up? Can you guys see me?
We don't see you, but we can hear you.
For some reason, you're in the show. Everyone can hear you. I was on earlier.
Yes, you were.
What if I hit that?
You're in the dark.
You're in the dark.
Where's Butch?
Where's Butch? Butch.
Let's
Butch.
see. Best thing you could, John, jump out. So it says in the bottom right, leave studio, and then come back in. He can't see because he's on his Chromebook. So
I see you're on the show. Everyone can see and hear you. And then I see me like a frozen photo of myself, bottom left.
We don't even see that. We just see.
Oh, I do see leave studio. Should I hit that?
Leave studio and then come back in.
So John, I was telling you, had his own TV show for a while.
Yes.
I see a number of episodes. So he was on, I think, 2 seasons. But my favorite thing that he did was, I think it's called Trash for Cash.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask him about that because what they would do is, and I'm probably not describing it perfectly, somebody would come to him and say, listen, I want an Elvis Presley theme in my bedroom. And John would take, let's say, a few $100, $200, $300.
And renovate everything.
Go to junkyards, take stuff out of the trash. And I really enjoyed it. I
loved it.
I was a regular viewer. I don't think I ever told him that.
Well, let's tell him now.
Well, maybe he just heard me.
And hopefully he'll be on within 11 minutes.
Yes.
He's not back in yet.
And then also, he was in Miss Congeniality. Was it? It says 2 here.
He was Sandra Bullock's partner in Miss Congeniality.
That's right. He was great in that.
Yeah.
William Shatner was in that, right? That was Captain Kirk was in that.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought that was Star Trek, but
that was Star Trek.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but William Shatner was also
he was in it. He's endless. Television, Broadway.
He was on Broadway. That's
I'm gonna go call him, guys. I'll be right back.
He's on Broadway, right?
Yeah.
That's where he got the
beat started. Yeah.
And
I want to know how that happened. Actually, how did that go from being a subway cop?
I would think it was probably somebody saw him at a comedy club doing stuff.
And said, "Let me give you a TV show." How much does that happen?
Broadway happened first. I'm almost sure. Broadway happened first. So they saw that. They said, "Oh my God, this is a funny concept."
Yeah.
And then he went to Broadway, and then they said, "Let's try a sitcom."
Got it.
And it was on, I think, 2 seasons. I worked with John, I think, twice. I didn't want to say where. I wanted to see if he remembered where, because he probably doesn't.
Yeah.
It's just me. You don't even remember.
We all remember you.
We worked together like 100 times. You probably go, I don't remember.
Well, I blocked a lot of it. It was, but you're such a great guy.
Because it's the dead space.
And all the years we've lost, John. Like we should have been friends long time ago. Used to come to.
We were,
but we didn't hang out. You know.
No, we didn't.
You know,
I was really.
You were too busy.
Yeah, I wasn't busy at all. I really wasn't busy. I was actually looking for friends.
Now we're two older men.
I was looking for friends, and then I met you one night, and I went, nah.
I did karaoke with Chris Monty, your son's
in my backyard.
Yeah.
Matt, I got it.
Hey,
Yeah, I got to go out there. Introduce me. Thank you.
All right. So
Thank you.
John DiResta is back. Thank you for coming back in, John.
Hey, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
For the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, we filled it. We filled the audience in a few of your accomplishments, and we probably did a terrible job. But I was telling Richie, Trash for Cash. I was a regular fan.
Yeah, Trash to Cash was a good one. That was on FX 2003 into 2004. And yeah, I like that one a lot. There was a few of them, but that was one of my favorites.
What happened with that? Your brother just got tired of making everything? Well,
No. I don't know if you guys know. There was 3 woodworking shows, which had me as the dumb brother and my brother Jimmy as the smart brother.
Right.
So, it's funny when people talk to me about it, I kind of don't know which variation, because the FX one, we did 7 episodes, Trash to Cash, great show. They put it on hiatus. While it was on hiatus, A&E said, we want to buy it and make it the next American Chopper. And FX said, we want to hang on to it. And they hung on to it for like 2 years, and then it just fizzled out. It just faded away after 7 episodes. It was a heartbreak.
Were you the dumb brother on both of those shows?
All 3 of the shows, I was the dumb brother. The next show.
All right.
Well, you
the
were
next
a
show was
bargainer.
What's that?
Going into those thrift stores and.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm a big garage seller. I was raised in Long Island by a New York City fireman that absolutely to this day loves garage sales.
Yeah, I do too. Actually, I do. I love.
Yeah, I think it's in your blood. I have the sickness. It's called the sickness. It's bad. I mean, I gotta. I'm at the point now where I do a drive-by. I don't even get out of the car. You just slow down.
Yeah.
And what's the one thing you never stop when you see? Rich, you're a garage seller. What's the one thing when you do a drive-by, when you see it, you get frustrated? What's that?
Baby stuff.
Yeah, dude, you're right. Baby clothes.
Right?
Yeah, you go.
I got a question for you.
Why?
It's just we outgrew it.
Oh, all right.
No. See, it's just junk. Like, in other words, you're not going to find anything good or interesting when you just see 35, walkers and all baby stuff. That's funny. You're right. Baby clothes.
How about this? Every garage sale, I don't know why, has a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Right? Sometimes there'll be one with a pin, like from a kid's birthday party. Don't you love the box of all their trophies too? Like,
yeah. Who wants their trophies?
Hey, it's garage sale season out here. 12 months out of the year. That's one of the reasons I can't move.
Are you in L.A.?
I'm in North Hollywood in the San Fernando Valley, and it's it's a similar. Imagine if Rosedale had Mexicans.
That's we're trying to stay away from Joe Rogan material.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem.
I'm teasing. There was a time you showed up at a comedy club here on Long Island. I don't like to mention your name. Who's that? Oh, they're back. Everybody's back. And I saw John after you moved to, where were you? You were in a really nice place, like Santa Monica or something.
When I first moved here, I lived in Studio City up by Mulholland.
Where were you on the water?
I don't think I ever was on the water. The closest I ever.
The beach one day.
Oh,
hold on. I lived in Atlantic Beach.
John came up to me and goes, "Hey, Richie, I just moved LA. You could come out anytime you want. I got a room for you. Stay with me." I'm like, wow. I'm like, I turn away. I go, John DeResta just asked me to come to LA. But wait, he turns around and someone else goes, "Listen, I just moved to LA. You come out with him." And I'm like, wow. I said, but I'll go with them. I don't care.
What are some of the stuff that's in your act these days? I see you going to Vegas, I think.
I just got booked yesterday. It was a big day. I got booked in Las Vegas yesterday. And then an hour later, I got a call and said, do I want to go to El Paso, Texas? So, again, I like garage sales. I have a millennial son that's 32 years old that still lives at home and doesn't pay rent. And I have to put my name on the orange juice like I'm living in a juvie hole. And when I have leftover Chinese food, he'll eat the meat out of it in the middle of the night. But not tell me what else. It's a real kind of funny angle that I'm in, 10 or 12 big movies and had a sitcom, and absolutely no one knows who I am. It's really funny. When I say I'm in Miss Congeniality, I'll see 300 housewives at a comedy club lean over and go, he ain't Miss Congeniality. I've seen it 500 times. He ain't in it. And now it's to the point where I tell people, check your iPhone. And literally the whole audience goes like this. And they're all looking. And then someone will yell, oh, my God, he was in Miss Congeniality. Oh, my God, look how fat he is here. Oh, my God, he's fatter in this one. Because I lost a little weight.
You did. You look good. Great. You look good.
Yeah, dude, I hung on to my hair, too. Look at that.
Well,
do that.
I love my hair.
It might fall out. Would you remember the two places that you worked with me?
Oh boy.
Yes, some kind of possible benefit, and then out here in California at the pie shop, there was 3 audience members.
Marie Callender's.
There was more comedians than there was audience members.
Here's how.
That's how big a draw you were out here.
Yeah, that's how big I was out there. You headlined the show, and I did 3 minutes and got a pie. That was it.
I guess no one came to see me either, right? Who am I to say anything? It was my show.
That's true. I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, no, dude, I remember you.
It's like church.
All right. I didn't know. We did a Long Island Firehouse show, I think, too, with Billy Bingo.
Right, and can I tell the chaplain, my dad was a New York City fireman for 25 years. I was a New York City transit cop for 9 years, and I was a member of the NYPD for 3 years. I love New York City firemen. Absolutely love them with all my heart.
And we love you, my brother.
Thank you.
I thought you were telling me all that because you wanted a dispensation to eat meat on Friday or something.
No, I'm just saying. I'm a Long Island mutt. I went to BOCES, and I became a New York City cop. I went to Nassau Community College.
Tumble streets of
the 5 towns. Hewlett, Woodmere.
Yeah.
I already read it on your Wikipedia page.
She's talking. I'm sorry, Ann.
No, I was just going to brag. I read all about the 5 towns that he grew up there on his Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I'm not a fry cook. It says on Wikipedia I'm a fry cook. I hate cooking. I hate everything about cooking.
See, I love cooking.
You were in Miss Congeniality, baby. You can put that in the college notes.
And I was in. Is it Ann? I was in Miss Congeniality 1. I was in Miss Congeniality 2, and there's rumor of a Miss Congeniality 3.
Oh.
But very, it's only been a rumor, and it's been about 5 years that you hear about it.
Well, can we ask him?
He should revive the rumor.
They always ask us. If you commit to doing it, I'm sure everybody else will fall.
That's funny. That's funny. Like if I say I'll throw my hat. Yeah, John DeRest is doing it, so call Sandra Bullock.
You should call Sandra.
Call Sandra
and say,
Hold on.
Listen, if you really want me,
I have a real interesting angle you guys don't know about, and it has to do with Sandra Bullock and being a New York City civil servant.
Right.
I left the job. I was NYPD when I left with 12 years on. At the time, you had to have 15 to get a vested pension. It was 1998. I left with 12 years. I moved to LA. I had money in the bank from a TV deal. Didn't care about the pension at all. And then all of a sudden, I lost my pension, and there was a lot of dry years out here in LA. And I was like, not only did I move here, and it's tough. Like there's a lot of times where there's no money. And then I was like, I lost my pension, too, on top of it. And then I got a letter in the mail one day that said I qualified for a Screen Actors Guild pension.
There you go.
From one movie, Miss Congeniality. I got so many residuals over the years that now I get a monthly check because of Sandra Bullock. Thank you.
So I thought you were going to tell us how much the check is, like it was a small.
Put it this way: yours is bigger than mine. You're a New York City fireman. Yours it's not as much. If I would have waited till I was 62, it would have been more. But I got it.
I have a pension because I stayed 21 years because I couldn't get a movie deal.
Right. No, I understand. And watch this. I left right before 9/11. Not to be too sad, but. I'm the type of cop that I know I wouldn't have gone in a building because I'm not that brave like firemen. I'm not. But I would have been standing 2 blocks away looking up when when the thing, fell down. So.
Well, I guarantee that on September 11th, there was no place that you would have rather have been than in New York City.
Oh, dude, it's a heartbreak.
I know.
Watch this. I'm in a movie now, not to drop names, but I'm in a movie with Robert De Niro.
We have 30 seconds, John. We have 30 seconds.
I'm in a movie with Robert De Niro called 15 Minutes, and one of the guys I met that day on the set, an actor, was also a New York City cop, and he died on 9/11. And he was a friend of mine. It broke my heart.
We're gonna look for that. 15 minutes.
Oh, websites. Where can we find you?
Oh, I just basically do Instagram at John DeResta, JohnDiresta.
All right.
And I think, can I add this? Maria was very funny. Maria was very funny.
She was great.
You had a couple of good zingers. You're funny.
Actually, it's Marie, but you can call
I'm
me
sorry.
Maria one time.
He was talking about-
Yes, he was. He's talking about me. Everybody talks about me. Come on.
Maria was funny, and
Marie.
And I'm sure you've heard this. In when I worked as a cop, the payphone was the Guma hotline, because you have a Gumad, you know, your extra girlfriend. They called it the Guma hotline when I was a cop.
I was damned from birth.
Guys, we gotta go. Thank you so much for taking the time to be on Laughter Saves Lives Live.
Thanks,
John
everyone.
will be in touch.
Great
about the
job.
Hero
Yeah.
Tour.
Thank you, guys.
Marie, I'll talk to you this week. Bye, Ann.
Thank you.
See you guys. Good night, everybody. We're going to the diner. Richie and I.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer? That circle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Load up the bases and smack it right over the wall.